What's up and welcome to the Sam Dracula channel, a Charlotte Hornets fan channel. It's a cold Sunday morning here in Charlotte. The Hornets are on a losing streak and are next to bottom in the Eastern Conference. Yes, 14 games into the season, about 17% done with the regular season. Things are looking good. They're not looking good. But LaMelo Ball's back. He's back. We lost Dennis Smith Jr., but we got LaMelo back. So if the season ended today, the Hornets would have a 50% chance at top 4 in the lottery and a 13.3% chance at Victor Wembanyama. So there's that, at least. There's that. 8-game losing streak, 1 of 9 in the last 10 games. The worst form in the league. It's not all bad. New uniforms are coming. I'm making a trip to the team store this week to see if I can find one of these. All right, that was really hard to say with a straight face. But those jerseys are fire. I'm like legit gonna buy one this week. I'm gonna get a LaMelo one with the number 1. Got to, right? Got to. He's back after all. Question for you watching this: how do you feel about the season so far? Like, let me know in the comments. I know it's tough. This team we haven't seen what this team is yet, with LaMelo just now returning, playing his first game of the season, right? Hayward's still out. Dennis Smith Jr. still out. We don't know what this team is, and that's gonna be a running theme until everybody gets back. Maybe this team is this bad or is this good, depending on how you look at it. But we just don't know yet. We don't know. And clock is ticking, man. The season's continuing, whether the Hornets are healthy or not. Right? They're not going to cancel the season waiting for this team to get healthy. They got to deal with what's in front of them. And it's not going well. Let's introduce some positivity into what's going on here. LaMelo Ball making his return, and he's going to be featured in this week's play of the week. This is LaMelo's second field goal attempt from last night. He missed his first one. All right, LaMelo over to Plumlee. Now look at Plumlee conducting traffic like only Nikola Plumlee can. He's a quarterback out there, a real field general, right? LaMelo sets a screen for Oubre. Oubre brings his defender around. Plumlee passes back to LaMelo. LaMelo off the Plumlee screen. Plumlee's calling for it in there. You can't see it because I don't have this full screen for copyright reasons, but Plumlee's pointing up. He wants that ball. LaMelo's not passing it to him. LaMelo hits the floater. Beautiful thing. I miss seeing this. I miss seeing LaMelo. Let me back up. I don't want to show that one. Let me back up. I miss this from LaMelo. Now, once again, in real time, let it run here. Look at Plumlee and LaMelo. Look at 1-2 combination. Mark Williams could never. It's just jokes. I'm just joking about Mark Williams, all right? Relax. Speaking of Mark Williams, logo 3 to send the Swarm into OT. Nuts. I'm so happy for this kid. He has a bright future. He has a very bright future. This is going to take some time. We just got to be patient with Williams, right? There's no way Clifford's going to run a 3-man center rotation. So until something happens with Plumlee or Richards, Williams is going to be chilling in Greensboro, but it's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be okay. One honorable mention for play of the week: PJ Washington calling Caleb Martin Cody while Caleb's shooting free throws.
It's like Caleb's got a bit of a hitch here.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
So let's keep it on Cody Martin for a second. Cody's played 1 minute. He's been out with listed as a quad injury this whole time. So this is from Shams from Friday afternoon. Hornets guard/forward Cody Martin underwent an arthroscopic procedure on his left knee and will miss approximately 6 weeks. Damn. Tough loss to Charlotte's rotation, which has dealt with injuries to multiple key players this season. Shams tells no lies. So with LaMelo back, thankfully, with Terry back for the last few games, need Hayward, need Smith, and then eventually Cody Martin to come off that injury report, so we get a better look at what this team is capable of and what the real issues are with the squad. Because looking at this team's performance night after night, losing 8 games in a row, I want to blame the injuries. You have to. It's a major factor to what's going on here. But this group, right, from quarter to quarter, is falling apart in the third quarter. The Hornets' first quarter defensive rating on average this season, 114. That's middle of the pack. That's fine. No issue. Remember that number, 114. On average this season, the Hornets' defensive rating in the second quarter is better, 107. In context, that's 5th best in the league. But the problem is it doesn't last long. Halftime comes and goes, and the Hornets fall off a cliff defensively. On average, third worst in the league in defending within the third quarter. It's like, what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do when you're getting bombed in the third quarter? It just puts you in a hole. It erases everything you did in the first half, and then you got to make up for it in the fourth quarter. Their fourth quarter defensive rating on average, 107. That's good for ninth in the league, ninth best in the league. Completely different compared to the third quarter, but that's a little weird because then, depending on how the game is going, fourth quarter can include a lot of garbage time. But just to recap, 114 defensive rating in the first quarter, improved to 107 in the second quarter, and then 121 in the third, and then improved to 107 in the fourth. This team is not doing itself any favors on the defensive end. And no matter how well they shoot offensively, if you're getting bombed in the third quarter, it's going to be a problem. Just to inflict a little more torture on myself, during this losing streak, the Hornets have the worst offense in the league. They have the second worst efficiency. They're shooting 29.8% from three, worst in the league. They have the worst free throw percentage. So yeah, not great. But LaMelo is back, so that's going to help. That's going to help things across the board, right? LaMelo getting his footing, for lack of a better word. LaMelo, last night, he didn't look like a guy who has been out for a month, who hasn't played a game all season. Like, when he was on the floor, he looked good. He looked like LaMelo Ball, right? The shot wasn't there. That'll come. But just from a body language point of view, he didn't look like a guy who was out with an ankle injury, which is good. Like, he wasn't, tentative. I didn't think he was particularly tentative or anything like that. Only tell you can say, the only thing I noticed was when he was on the bench, you would see him with his leg extended and kind of, just working his ankle, keeping it warm, or having his foot on the chair, rubbing his ankle, keeping it loose. But as I kick my desk or knee my desk, other than that, that's good. Like, remember when he came back from the wrist injury, he was doing this constantly. And that final 10 games and into the play-in, it was clear that he wasn't 100% when he came back. This LaMelo Ball, he looks 100%. Just didn't shoot well and had some issues defensively. I don't think LaMelo took a lot of good shots last night, but it's game one. I'm not going to kill him over one game, right? He had 5 fouls last night. That's pretty brutal. You're a point guard. He was top 10 in the league last year in fouls per game. First game back, 5 fouls. Not great either. Not great, man. He needs to work on that. He needs to work on the shot selection and the discipline. Can't be getting in foul trouble. This team needs him. Now that he's healthy again, we need him on the floor. He can't be picking up dumb fouls. But LaMelo's a great young player. This team sorely missed him. And I'm excited to see where things can go from here because it's pretty low. Things are pretty low right now. Well, I don't even want to see the losses. Let me get those out of frame. All right, looking ahead, tomorrow night, Monday night, November 14th, the Hornets play the Magic. It's a revenge game. No trap game. No trap game the next night. The Hornets have the next night off. It puts an end to their Florida road trip, thankfully. They'll see if they can come out of Florida with a W. On Wednesday, they host the Pacers. Winnable game at home, especially. Hoping for the best there. And then Friday on the 18th, they travel to Cleveland to play the Cavaliers. Whoa. Oh man, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. Rozier tends to play well against the Cavs, so we'll need that. We'll need everyone on. We need to play strong for 4 quarters, please. Come on, boys. So that's what the future holds for the Hornets. We'll see how the results pan out, but I'm going to be live streaming on this channel, right, during all these games. If you want to come hang out during the Hornets games, talk Hornets basketball, NBA in general, or just other things, depending on how the game is going. Sometimes it's better to focus on other stuff, how some of these games are going with these boys. But if you want to come do that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like so you don't miss any of the streams. I do a podcast with Raymond Felton. Link in the description is called Believe in Hornets. Raymond Felton, 5th pick in the 05 draft, 14-year NBA veteran, UNC Tar Heel national champion, former Bobcat. We talk basketball, Hornets basketball every single week. So Believe in Hornets, everywhere podcasts are found. And until next time, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. I've been Sam. You've been great. Peace.